Hello, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching, folks. It's the Basketball Champions League. It's game day 3, and it's the game between Ventspils and Elan Chalon. Well, we believe we've got a good one for you tonight. A battle of Latvia against France. Ventspils and Chalon both come into this game with 1-1 records. They're starting things off on game day 3. You see also tonight, MHP Region Lewisburg and Capo d'Orlando are at home against Neptunus Klaipėda and PAOK. And then Gaziantep will take on Iberostar Tenerife mañana, and that will be in Turkey. So that will be a tasty one, having had the luxury of watching those two teams play already. But right now it's all about Ventspils and Chalon, a couple of teams trying to solidify their spots in the standings. Every win is priceless, and you can see that Chalon, they're at 1-1, and Ventspils at 1-1. Chalon are 4th, and Ventspils 6th, but each with 1 win in their first couple of games. It's Klaipėda, Neptunus Klaipėda, and Gaziantep flying high up at the top. But a lot can happen in the Basketball Champions League, as we see time and time again. How about that man, Adam Smith? Well, you've heard of the great work, Wealth of Nations. Well, goodness me, he could have written a book on how well he played the other night. He was the MVP of the week. Adam Smith up there at the top, number 2. The point guard, electric. Pierre-Antoine Gillet, the Belgium international, number 12. Lance Harris, Arthur Rosenfeld, all the way down that list. It's a Chalon team, though, that has had a lot of struggles at the beginning of the season, both in France, and of course they also lost their first game in the Basketball Champions League, and that was in fact a heartbreaker at Neptunus Klaipėda, 75-73, but they did win last week 67-55, and they'll be hoping there'll be more of the same from that standpoint. More wins, and hopefully they can find their groove and advance in the competition. And then quickly, I shall say, oh no, here comes Ventspils. Blake Hamilton, you want to keep an eye on him. Jaktovic, Richard Slomash, Igor Shele, the Latvia international, Gulbis, the captain, Gucikas, Zakis. Boy, he was amazing on game day 1. So they have got a lot of players. Coach Stelmars has had them playing some good basketball, although in their last game, Ventspils, well, they fell at Neptunus Klaipėda as well. So both of these teams have fallen against Neptunus Klaipėda in Lithuania. There's Smith. You want to talk about a star. And I wonder how well Smith is going to play tonight compared to how he played last week, because he could not have played any better last week. 25 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds, and 2 steals. He ended up with a plus 31 efficiency rating. I mean, that is very good. So well, I won't say he was a no-brainer for the MVP of the week, because there were some other good performances, but he was quite clearly deserving of that honor. He was outstanding. And for this Ventspils team, I did one of their games earlier when they upset the defending champions, albeit here in Latvia, 73-72. And that was a game that could have gone either way. They did a terrific job of holding it together and getting that win. And Zakis, with the 14 points, 8 rebounds, ended up being the star performer in that game. Gulbis also had 13 points in that win. Last week, well, you know what? Ventspils, it was a road game. It was in Lithuania. They didn't have to travel that far, obviously. Just into another Baltic country, their Baltic neighbors, but they didn't have quite enough. The referees tonight from Greece, the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia, and Poland, Milicevic, Proch, and Piloides. wondering who's going to be in the starting 5 tonight, aren't you? Now, last week, Blake Hamilton had 15 points, 6 rebounds. But it wasn't quite enough. That was a game that went right down to the wire. And when you look back at how it finished, you know that this team had a chance. Hamilton made a layup with 3.5 minutes to go to cut that Neptunus lead to 76-74. Then the host went back up by 4. Then Hamilton scored again. And then when Palacios scored for the other team, Uchicas had a couple of free throws. Anyway, Adam Smith, Harris, Rosenfeld, Usman Kamara, and Jalabal. Hey, you gotta throw Jalabal's name up there as one of the great French players. I mean, he had a very long career with France's national team, and Cholet's the coach. And we'll get a look at the Ventspils starting lineup. There's Gulbis and Zakas. Zakas is, he's got some hops. I think that you'll agree when you watch him tonight. He knows how to, he's got some springs. He likes to play above the rim. So their starting 5 tonight will in fact be Ubila, Hamilton, Skele, Gulbis, and Uchicas. Now, Ubila also took center stage last week. He hit a couple of free throws to cut the deficit to 82-80 for Stelmar's team. There's Coach Stelmar's, great player in his own right, both for clubs and country for Latvia. Ubila made a couple of free throws with 57 seconds left, make it 82-80. And then Juan Palacios hit a jumper to take the lead back to 4 with 42 seconds to go. And Hamilton had a key turnover, and Dirgiunas hit a 3-pointer for Neptunus Klaipėda, and that was that. So you win some, you lose some, but the key is how do you bounce back? And road wins are priceless. Clearly, when you play in the Basketball Champions League, you need to win your home games, and you've got to sneak a couple of wins on the road as you try to get into that top 4 to advance in the competition. So, as a reminder, instead of a 40-team regular season this year, the competition has 4 8-team regular season groups. And as you've probably been able to notice in the first couple of weeks, there really shouldn't be any easy opponents to overcome. Every game you better be ready to play. So the top 4 teams in each group will advance to the round of 16, where there will be home and aways, and then you get to the quarterfinals, home and aways, and then of course you get to the promised land, the final 4. Will Adam Smith be one of the men who gets to go all that way to the final 4? Well, there's a long way to go. Chalon did play in the FIBA Europe Cup Final 4. They hosted it, in fact, a couple of years ago. So it is a club that has experience of making it that far in competitions. So Adam Smith had an interesting collegiate career, number 2 there, UNC Wilmington, and transferred to Virginia Tech in the Atlantic Coast Conference, and then as a graduate ended up still having a year of eligibility and went to Georgia Tech to get a master's in digital media. So well versed in today's technology. Okay, folks, so we're finally underway here in Ventspils, Latvia. And it's the home team, the Latvians, in the yellow, winning that opening tip. Chile over to Gulbis, drives in with the left hand. Boy, that was easy. He made it look easy. Attack the basket. Good things will happen. Kamara went right around him. Kamara didn't do anything to stop him. Jalabal bumped. Jalabal, we saw him in the Basketball Champions League last season. He played for Le Mans. And so early foul here on Gulbis. So Rosenfeld hands it off to Smith. And Harris launches a three-pointer and hits it. Kawabunga, look at this. Wide open, feet set, turn, shoot. Well, he might have a hand in his face next time. Gulbis dumps it down low. Ucikas. And Ucikas. Powerful move. Banging down low with the big fella, Kamara. Smith darts into the lane, runs into the great wall of Ventspils. Left his feet, nowhere to go. No respect for the game day 2 MVP of the week, shown there by Ventspils. Gulbis. Ucikas again. And Jalabal makes sure he doesn't get the shot off. And Jalabal indeed picks up the personal. Jalabal's been around, played the NBA, played a long time in Spain, in France. A little bit of shake and bake here. Oh, the spin cycle. Chile puts it up and in. Look at this. He put Smith in the spin cycle. Well, to be fair, it wasn't wash and dry for Smith. He stuck with him. It was just a great finish. Great finish from Chile. Kamara, little jump hook. Ubila. Wearing the trademark bandana. Passes out. Here's Hamilton again. Back to Ubila. Ubila gets in, uses the glass, and Jalabal flies in for the rebound. Smith goes between his legs, puts up a 2. It's good. Did get the foot on the line. That'll be frustrating. Back to Ubila now. Ubila over to Hamilton. Inside to Ucikas. And Ucikas, well, had a decent look. Strong rebound, or good rebound from Harris. Rosenfeld sets it up. No look. Over to Harris on the wing. This time, Harris is off target. Ucikas. Now Ubila. Rosenfeld goes behind his back. Pass inside, Kamara! Well, caught the Ventspils defense a little bit sleeping there. Somebody forgot the big man was down low. Ucikas came too far out. Couldn't get back on D. Chalon back in front. Gulbis goes baseline, explodes, puts it up off the glass. Oh, they're getting some easy looks, Ventspils. Chalon better tighten up on D or it's going to be a long night. Jalabal for three. That's good. Well, maybe Chalon believes they can come out and win a shootout. 2 threes already for Chalon. Shele over to Gulbis. Jalabal's a good defender. He's got good wingspan, gets the hands up. That doesn't stop Gulbis. Gulbis just took him to school. Look at this. Jalabal floats in the lane. Boy, he's got a beautiful soft release, follow through. Been there, done that, he says. Good shooting so far at the start of the game. Bounce pass it goes, and Ucikas. Oh, a little bit of flair from Mr. Ucikas. Little hang time. Another layup, and now another jumper for Chalon. Hamilton has it. And jump shot is good. Smith. Rosenfeld back to Smith, and Ucikas with the rebound. It's 14 apiece. 6.5 minutes into this Group B game. And Ubila continues to struggle. And Smith off target. And Hamilton answers. Smith hustles down and gets the rebound. Rosenfeld says, I'll have a look. Wide open. Where was the defense? So look out, here comes Mr. Zakis. He doesn't mess around, he's coming into the game. Jalabal also goes out for Chalon. And immediately off the bench, Zakis goes up and scores with the left hand. And a little bit of foul. Another one, that is number 3. Smith spins, and the shot is off target. That was taken, and now ball goes back over to Chalon. So a little bit of a lull here in the last minute or so. Rosenfeld goes out, and he is replaced by Pino. So Smith will presumably, there's Lomash coming in as well for Ventspils. Smith does indeed move over to the point, just as happened last week. Farr also into the game. number 15. And Smith gets in, and Zakis sends it up to row H, but there was a foul on the play. Zakis read it all the way. Nice hops. And nevertheless, he was fouled and makes the first one. Smith again makes the second, so it is 18-16. Lomash hands it off, and the pass from Jakovic was batted out of bounds. So no, it was just went off of far, in fact. Minute and a half to go in the first quarter. Chalon leading it by a couple. Jakovic for Lomash. Goes baseline, goes strong, draws the foul. Chile did not like that call. Look at this. And you can probably see why. Lomash makes both free throws and knocks it again at 18. With full court pressure. Chalon taking their time. Pierre-Antoine Gillet. Gillet not happy with the lack of tenacity there, rebounding-wise. Gillet drives in, puts it up with the right hand, misses. Far with the rebound. And, in fact, it was Joseph who had the rebound, and Joseph missed with the jump shot. Lomash taking on Antoine Gillet, and then Lomash this time unsuccessful. Good D from the Belgian international. Antoine Gillet. Lomash, that's not going to fly. Looking at your arm like he got fouled. Good D from Antoine Gillet. Final seconds ticking off the clock here in the first quarter. Far. Oh, nice move from the big fella. Left-handed finish. Jakovic for three. So Chalon hold a slender lead at the end of the first quarter. They're on top 20-18 over Ventspils. Well, there you have it, folks. 6 of 8 for Chalon, 8 of 14 for Ventspils. Good shooting, perhaps suspect defense early on. Could be. Stelmar's going to have Vabila back in the game. Here's some of the highlights from the first quarter, including the player introductions. Second quarter action underway here in Ventspils, Latvia. Chalon leading at 20-18. A little bit of pressure here they're facing up the top. Now Antoine Gillet drives in, bounce pass to Farr. Not sure Farr was ready for that. Antoine Gillet, the former Belgian League Player of the Year, played at Ostend. Making the move to nearby France. Brushevitz drives in, has the ball knocked away. Good defense from Chalon. Rosenfeld, look at Pierre-Antoine Gillet hustle down the floor and get the layup. Great pass as well from Rosenfeld. And Zakis drives in. A bit out of control. Here's Rosenfeld. A little bit of razzle-dazzle going behind his back. Farr stepped out of bounds. Brushevitz held his ground nicely. Referee right on it. So 3 turnovers for Chalon now, 2 for Ventspils. Zakis hasn't really gotten it going yet like he can, and Farr goes up and brings that rebound down. Farr enjoying the matchup, it appears, with Zakis. Rosenfeld, cross court, over to Jalabal, shot clock winding down, and Lomash reaches in and commits a foul late in the shot clock. Not good, especially when the opponent is going to be taking a jump shot. Gulbis, Maris Gulbis coming back in for Brushevitz, and Hamilton also back into the game. So Zakis goes out, Lomash goes out. Also Uchikas back in the game, number 27. Well, you can see how Farr can be a real impact player for this Chalon team, as well as Pierre-Antoine Gillet. Remember, it's not who starts the game, it's who finishes. That's what you need to remember. There's Jalabal, the lone jump shot. Look at Farr. Oh, he could have come down with it, but he tried to get the tap in. A little bit of a, I think, a mental mistake there from Farr. Don't make it too hard. He's saying, come down with it, big man. Come down with it. Rosenfeld called for the personal. Now Smith back in. He's been held pretty much in check here. Inside, and the block. A little bit of enforcer. Supino, I believe, has picked up that personal. And Gulbis misses the free throw. Second one is good. Pino. Over to Jalabal. Gets it before it crosses. Goes into the backcourt. Now Smith. And has the ball knocked out of his hands. Shot clock winding down. Smith pulls up. This is now back he goes. Ubila into Utsikas, and Utsikas misses. However, kept the ball alive. Now Hamilton And that was off the back of the iron. Jalabal baseline. Wide open. Pino and Farr with the rebound and almost with the three-point play opportunity. So Farr has to settle for the offensive rebound and the foul, so he will go to the line. Just 24 years of age, James Farr. And so far, so good on this trip to the line. Makes the first. And the second one is good as well. Pretty relatively quiet games his first couple of outings for. And I think his numbers are going to be a lot better after this one. He had 2 points after just 8 minutes against Capo di Orlando last week. He played 16 minutes in the opener against Neptunus Klaipėda. He had 4 points. And that was a long jump shot. And from Harris, the second three-pointer from him. No, sorry, that was inside the arc. But he'll take it. And he'll make it. And timeout has been called by Stelmars. So, Chalon, they have hit the road, and so far so good for them. They have looked dangerous. I don't think we've seen the best from Ventspils yet, though. Look at that, 0 for 3 so far. Chalon just 2 of 9. James Farr played at Evanston in Indiana, basketball heartland. Had quite a few former Hoosiers, people from the Hoosier State or connections to the Hoosier State, play basketball in the Basketball Champions League. And the pass inside, and Gulbis gets a foul, so he will, the foul sends him to the free throw line. And that is on Jalabal. Chele comes back in for Jakovic. Jakovic was the one who played so well against the Berestar Tenerife. But hasn't quite made the similar impact tonight. And this is the fouls on Gillet. This is an opportunity you sense for Chalon to try to get on top of this Ventspils team. Ventspils will do this. They'll hang around, and then they'll come back and beat you if you don't put them away. So both free throws cut it back to a 5-point deficit. Here's Farr. Harris again. Harris has got the jumper working tonight. He's got it falling. Hamilton in low, and Usikas goes up and draws the foul from Harris. Well, he's been their best player, Usikas. Most reliable anyway on offense. Look at this. Oh, he hacked him on the right hand, the right arm. So Harris sends him to the line. See the free throw shooting pretty good. In it goes. And pass, a little bit of a misread there. Smith wasn't where his teammate, Kamara, thought he was going to be. And it's plays like this that will allow Ventspils. No, the ball will stay with Chalon. And Kamara, able to get it, kind of fumbles it, is able to somehow put it up and in. The drive, and Chile with the rebound. The ball into Kamara. And Kamara's got to be ready to catch that ball. Zakas back in the game. Comes in for Utsikas. So 14 fouls now on both Chalon and Ventspils. And that was another jump shot, a long one from Harris. It was a 2, and it takes the lead back up to 8. Inside, and the answer is good from Sicele. 32-26. And Jallou's pass to Kamara. Those two not on the same page. Inside it goes, and Zakas, well, he's got those springs in the leg. He had a good look, but just couldn't get it to fall. It's Harris again, the veteran, the 32-year-old. Gets it to Kamara. He drives with the left hand. And Gulbis off target, but Zakas not able to get it before it falls out of bounds. Kamara over to Jalabal. Jalabal. And again, another opportunity for Ventspils. Gulbis off the front of the rim, and Jalabal shows that great length. Smith. So Jakovic is coming back into the game, trying to spark Ventspils. And Ubila goes out. This is a part of the game. I have to say that if you're Chalon, you're on the road. You've got a little bit of a lead. See if you can step on the accelerator. So the fouls put Antoine Gillet at the line. And Pierre-Antoine Gillet makes the first. I like this guy's game. I think he can go far in the sport. Nice length, nice stroke. Smith goes out. Harris, interesting matchup guarding Shigele. Here's Zakis going up against Kamada. Oh, the dump to Gulbis. Well, here's Wells Gulbis that time. Just made a simple cut into the lane. Rosenfeld to Jalabal. Goes to work. And Zakis, with a little bit of Kamara bearing down on him, gets the rebound. Shigele no-look pass. Gulbis drives in. And that foul, will it be on Gillet? Yes, it will. It'll be his second. So Pierre-Antoine Gillet is going to come out of the game with 1:46 remaining. And Farr is coming back in. So you got a big front line for Chalon with both Kamada and Farr in the contest. Gulbis makes the first. Is now the time for Ventspils to make a run with the Twin Towers out there for Chalon. Maybe they can quicken the tempo. Second one is good. Gillet looks. Always a nervous ride for the coach, all 40 minutes. Can never rest. Harris to Farr. And right off the hands of Rosenfeld. Well, needless turnover. And now back to Ventspils, who can get even closer. Jakovic goes between his legs. Goes to work. And Rosenfeld called for a push. Look at this. Well, not too much wrong there. You even saw Jakovic grab hold of Rosenfeld's shorts. Knows how to get to the line. And makes the first one with a little bit of help from the rim and the backboard. Oh, again, a little bit of love from the glass and the rim, and now it's a two-point game. What do you do here? Do you run a play from far down low? Nope, you get it to Jalabal. Then he passes out to Harris for the jump shot. I would have tried to get something down low. Chalon selling for a lot of J's. And it goes, the drive, and Lomash earns the trip to the line. So Usman Kamara picks up the personal, and Lomash now can tie it up if he makes both of them. He makes the first, and Kamara, little frustration. Doesn't like giving away the foul. And also a little bit of a run here. 8-0 run for this Ventspils team. And now Chalon, well, We talked about it. They had the lead. They weren't able to build on it. Instead, Ventspils have come right back. Harris. Rosenfeld old far is going to put up a three. And Harris tried to follow and follows his own miss. So Chalon back in front by 2. Lomash has it. Will it be the last shot? Oh, he's going to drive in. Passes it over to Gulbis. Steps in for the jumper. So the last blow of the half was landed by Chalon. They go back in front by 2 against Ventspils. So 36-34, look at the good shooting for Chalon, 12 of 20, 11 of 24 for Ventspils. But the threes aren't really falling for anybody. Chalon out rebounding Ventspils. And Chalon with those 5 turnovers. Gulbis has 13 points to lead all scorers. Harris, 11 for Chalon and the 4 rebounds. Brushevitz, far each with a steal. So it's a close one, folks. It's Chalon on top of Ventspils at halftime, 36-34. We'll be right back. Well, Chalon have traveled from France, and they have a 36-34 lead at halftime over Ventspils, and this would be a very important victory if they could claim it on the road. Certainly, Chalon, as we talked about earlier, have had some issues, not only, well, especially in the French league, where they opened up losing their first 5 games, and they are currently right now 0-6 in France. So it's a team that's not really got it going. They did win last week in the Basketball Champions League. But in terms of their domestic form, it's been a real struggle, and of course some narrow defeats as well. Their last, they've had 3 defeats, in fact, out of the last 4 games by a combined 5 points. and the other one in there against Chalon Reims, they lost 103-97. So it's not like they're getting blown out. They did get blown out their first couple of games at home to Pau and also at Limoges. But after that, it's been Heartbreak Hotel. But maybe the Basketball Champions League can turn things around for them. But they're going to have to beat a good Ventspils team here in Latvia for that to happen. And 20 more minutes to go. Stele has it. Gets it over to Hamilton. And, oh, he may have stepped out of bounds. Utsikas hits the jump shot to tie it up. And the turnover into the hands of Chele. Chele outside the Hamilton, wide open. Good! 3-pointer. 5 straight points to start the second half for Ventspils. Now the jump shot is good from Harris. The 3, he was complaining that he was hit. But that ties it up. Boy, Harris has been big time tonight for Chalon. Now with 14 points. Chele drives, hangs in the air. Now dribbles between his legs, now goes inside, puts it up, and gets it to go. The Latvia International. We saw him make some big plays this summer at the FIBA Eurobasket in Istanbul. He didn't start, but he came off the bench, and he had some big moments for that team that made to the quarterfinals. Now he's doing it for his club. Jalabal turns, soft release, scores over Hamilton. He says, you can't stop this. Well, out to Hamilton. Is it going to be 2 in a row? No, it's not. Utsikas coming from behind to bother Kamara, but he's able to get the rebound. Now Smith is going to explode, puts it up, and Hamilton went up for the block, but a foul was called. So Smith relatively quiet, 6 points in the first half, comes out and gets a free throw to fall here at the start of the second. And the second one is good as well. So Chalon back on top. Inside to Hamilton, floats. Well, he's getting it done right now. Jalabal turns, gets it over to Gillet. Antoine Gillet hits the three-pointer. How about that for an answer from Pierre-Antoine Gillet? 46-43. Gulvis takes a little contact, body's falling all over the place. And now Smith blows past his man, puts it up off the glass. Mr. Smith starting to heat up, folks. He's got 10 points. And the three-pointer as an answer from Stele. And Smith again, or Harris rather, is Smith and Harris show right now. Stele picks up the foul. Ventspils probably asking themselves, how can this Chalon team be having so many struggles in the domestic league? They're pretty good. Right when we think we've got the momentum, they come right back. Here's Harris at the line. And the second one is good, so back to a 50-46 lead. Chile, nothing's coming easy for his team this year. He knows they've got to weather the storm early. And again, it's worth repeating. A basketball Champions League run can rub off on their French campaign. Now the foul called. I think that's number 3 on Antoine Gillet. Bumped Utsikas, who's been terrific, really. He's been putting the pressure on him. And fails to make both, but that leaves Chalon with a 3-point lead. Gillet again, Antoine Gillet, another 3. It's like shooting a free throw for him out there. Somebody better guard him. And now the jump shot no good. Jump shot is good, another long one. And the three-pointer, this one from Smith, who I believe now has 13 points. And the timeout has been called by Stelmars. See the rebounding totals. One of the problems for Ventspils is this is a big, strong Chalon team, and they seem to be getting all the loose balls, all the rebounds. Field goal percentage for Chalon now up to 54%. And you heard that, don't get comfortable. Harris picks up his second. So Chalon now with a 9-point lead. You know, the way this half started, it looked like Ventspils were about ready to take over. And Chalon have come right back. Jakovic comes out and hits a three. How about that from the young man? That was a shot taken with confidence. Stelmeyer's, what's he going to do about Smith? Well, Sakis says, I'll just take care of this for you. So he gets another swat. And Brucevic back outside to Chele. Chele dribbles cross court to Hamilton. Harris guarding him, forces him baseline. Hamilton takes it. He doesn't make it, but he takes it away from Camara. And I'll tell you what, Chele makes him pay with the three-pointer. Boy, you got a feeling Camara might get the hairdryer treatment here from his coach after having that ball taken away. Look at this. I know that was Harris who had it taken away by Hamilton. That was a big steal leading to the three-pointer. And the reaction from Choulet after that, you could see him slamming his fist, slamming his hand down out of frustration for giving away the ball. 13 assists for Ventspils. Ventspils 24 points in the paint, 14 for Elan Chalon. So you can see that they're really, the French team shooting a lot of jumpers. Camara gets it out to Pierre-Antoine Gillet. Camara, oh, look at the big fella turning, spinning, and getting the foul from Zakis. So good work from Camara. Zomar's trying to say, hey, you got to do it this way, Zakis. Camara doesn't make the free throw. Oh, who would want to be a coach? Not too many gray hairs there, though, for Choulet. Oh, Camara. That'll give him a gray hair, too. 2 misses. Alley-oop pass, nope. Zakis collects it, and that's how you do it. I'm sure he thought about it, but he came down with it and went up with that soft left-handed jump hook. And the jump shot off the front of the rim. Free throws, Chalon 10 of 12, Ventspils 13 of 15. Not bad shooting, Tex. Here's an alley-oop pass, and Pierre-Antoine Gillet read it and knocked it away. Now Smith. And a foul called down low. Excellent defensive play by Pierre-Antoine Gillet, reading the pass. Forrest coming back in. He was effective in that first half. And also Pinot comes back in. Harris goes out. And Tony Farr misses with a twisting shot on the baseline. And it goes Chele. Back outside, Brucevic. Zakis drives in, misses, and Pierre-Antoine Gillet with another rebound. And the follow from far off the jello ball, miss. Hamilton back outside. Jakovic has already hit one big three, and not that time. However, Hamilton's able to get the rebound. Brucevic puts up three off the back of the iron, and another long rebound. Stiele. Jakovic again. This time, it's good. If at first you don't succeed, try again, especially if you get those long rebounds like they did. And ball goes out of bounds, and Ventspils have it. Zakis has it, working on Farr, and a foul called on Farr, the 24-year-old. Some shot no good. Now Smith, Oda Jalabal wide open, good. And it's Chalon back in front. Ubila. Pass to Zakis. Again, little short, little jump, hook, and Brucevic goes up. Who are they going to give that basket to, I wonder? Smith drives in and can't get it to go. Then Zakis, instead of rebounding it, knocks it over to the corner, thinking Jakovic is going to be able to get it. Look at this. He just wanted to knock it off the rim so it wouldn't go in fact. So, nevertheless, 61-60 at the end of the third. Stelmar is pretty animated there as you look at the stats. Here's some of the highlights. So fourth quarter underway. Pierre-Antoine Gillet drives in and denied. Good defense from Lomash. Now Jamie Farr comes out on Jakovic. Jakovic thinks, just get out of the way. I think I can go past the big man. Oh, but he doesn't. He loses it, and now the ball goes off Obila, out of bounds, and it'll be Chalon ball. And turnover for Chalon gives it right back. And nice pass, Zakis Brucevic goes up. Looks like he's about ready to get blocked, but takes it right at Pierre-Antoine Gillet and scores. Uses the glass. Good elevation. So Ventspils back in front by 1 now. And a three-pointer. Well, that attempt by Rosenfeld just got some rim. See the rebounding. Ventspils doing a little bit better job now. Zakis drives in and can't get the friendly roll, but does earn a trip to the free throw line. And Zakis gets the first one to fall. Makes both. They're up to a three-point lead now. And Vila putting the pressure on Rosenfeld, who gets it to Pierre-Antoine Gillet for three. Good! He is money in the bank. Just get it to Pierre. Boy, he has been Mr. Reliability out on the perimeter tonight. Pass, and the ball knocked away, but then Zakis picks it up and earns another trip to the line. James Farr picks up the foul. Look at this. It was a good reach by Farr to knock it away, but then Zakis picked it up and then did what big guys do. They go to the basket. First one is good. Second was good as well, so 4 straight makes from Zakis at the line. Well, Rosenfeld thought about it. You know they got to be thinking about trying to find Gillet, Pierre-Antoine Gillet. I'm pretty sure Ventspils won't want him to be open. Rosenfeld instead attempts the long one. Chele goes right around Farr and misses. Well, he did the hard work to get there. Now Rosenfeld passes out. Pino on the baseline. How about that? Pino, nice composed move from him. And great breakdown by Rosenfeld. He has been big in this second half. Brušović, 69-66 now for Ventspils. He's got the bit between the teeth. 3-pointers now, 6 made by Ventspils, 8 by Chalon. Will it be a 3-point shot we're looking for now? No, it's going to be far, stepping outside, and the big fella showing that he's got a nice release. Oh, nice feed inside to Zakis. And he gives the Incredible Hulk celebration. Pino for 3. Well, perhaps maybe a little more versatility in the offense of Ventspils, going inside and out. Here's Zakis again. He traveled. And the turnover into the hands of Brušović. And fouled as he approaches the basket. Boy, what was Smith doing? He just lost control of it. Right into the hands of Brušović. And it's 4 fouls now, Pierre-Antoine Gillet. That was a self-inflicted wound. No need for that turnover. And the free throw shooting has been good tonight for Ventspils. And the second one is good as well. He has really brought a spark here in the fourth quarter, Brušović, and now it's a 5-point lead for Ventspils. Smith almost trapped, turned it over, but Harris takes the pass from Pierre-Antoine Gillet and gets to line for a potential 3-point play. Utsikas picks up the personal. Free throw is good by Harris, and that gets it back to a one-possession game. Brušović, well, pretty quick with the trigger on that one. We're now at the midpoint of the fourth quarter. Jalabal. Will this Chalon team look inside? Jalabal has it. He's going to put up the J, and it goes in. I'm not sure if he got it or if it was the tap from Harris. But the most important thing for Chalon is they've got it, and we have a tie game. Chile drives, passes to the corner. Gulbis drives in and earns a trip to the line. First one is good from Gulbis. Gulbis only makes one of two. Eutychus, though, hustles, saves it in bounds, but into the hands of Jalabal. Now Smith calls the play. A lot of twists and turns in this one. Still to go. You can feel it. Antoine Gillet hands it off. Harris. Pierre-Antoine Gillet. A little bit of pressure that time. Doesn't matter. Oh, they're going to count the three? Was it a three? Yes, it was. Another three-pointer from Pierre-Antoine Gillet. Somebody called the fire department. That man is ablaze. The drive, oh boy, tough shot from Stiele. 3.5 minutes to go. Does the team from Chalon have what it takes to put this thing away? Bruchevitz, another big play for him in this fourth quarter. Shaley turns it into points. Boy, a couple of turnovers here have been killers for Chalon. And great attacking play by Shaley. Smith puts up a three. It's on line. Nope. Just off a bit, but coming in from behind, Bruchevitz was called for the foul. So the second foul on him. Don't want to complain too much. Don't want to pick up a technical in this situation. Well, you never want to get a technical. So not sure what the holdup is here with 2:57 remaining. Or are they looking to see who is taking free throws? Was he in motion? Or are they questioning who committed the foul? So 2 free throws, I think they're saying. Or are they? Are they saying 2 fouls? I'm sorry, folks. I just don't know. Anyway, who cares? If you're Chalon, just get the rock to that man right there, Pierre-Antoine Gillet, and he'll drill it. Now the drive, and 77-76. So you might be asking yourself, how many points does Pierre-Antoine Gillet have now? And I've got the answer. 17. First free throw is good. Second is good as well. And that foul was on Harris, by the way. Kamara hands it off to Harris. Jalabal. So Ventspils back in front by 1. Smith goes hard to the basket, and again he gets blocked. Eutychus this time timed his jump to perfection. Boy, Smith can't believe it. He's getting no respect. It was the MVP of game day 2. Brushevitz for three. And Jalabal with the rebound. Under 2 minutes to go now. Smith again drives in, a reach and a foul. So Ventspils not in a situation, they're not in the oh, that was a hold, a clear hold from Uticus that went unnoticed by the ref on that drive. That would have put Smith on the line. A bit of a break there for Ventspils. Jakovic picks up his foul, it's the third team foul. You're darn right, Gulbis. You better get on Pierre-Antoine Gillet. Oh, maybe not. Well, that time, a step back beyond the arc. Gillet over to Brushevitz, takes it with confidence, but misses. And Chalon lucky to come away with a rebound. Smith explodes and again gets blocked. Goodness me, he's been blocked about 4 or 5 times tonight. Hasn't been his night driving to the basket. You can't fault him. That's what you got to do. You're trying to draw fouls. You're trying to, you know, put that defense under pressure. And Ventspils, it's almost as if they knew before this game that was his game and they were going to be blocking it and be ready. 3-point attempt from Harris. Now Stjele takes it up the court. No rush, Ventspils. If they could get a 3 here, boy, that would be a dagger. Gulbis is going to attempt one. Smith flies in for the rebound. Smith says, I've got this. Kamara posting up. Now shot clock down to 5. Looks like Chalon may have waited too long. Smith drives in. Puts up a difficult shot from the baseline. Awful possession for Chalon. Good defensive stand from Ventspils. About a 4.5 second differential in the game clock and the shot clock. So Ventspils can take it all the way down if they want and then try to play defense right at the end. And it looks like Chalon, they don't want to foul now, that's for sure. The drive and the miss. They've got to hurry. They've got to hurry. Do they know how much time there is? It's going to be Smith. He puts up a long one. Hard break. Hotel once again for Chalon. And Ventspils escapes 78-77 at home against Elan Chalon. How many nail biters is this Chalon team going to lose this season? Yet another one. Last week's MVP of game day 2. Smith had it in his hands. It was a long, difficult shot, but they have fallen. And it's back to the drawing board for Chalon. 31 rebounds for Ventspils, 37 for Chalon. The turnovers, 10-5, 18 fouls, 15. You know, I really did not like the previous possession for Chalon. I don't know what they were doing on offense. Harris finished with a game-high 19 points in defeat. Brushevitz, what a fourth quarter he had. He was terrific. Had the 3 steals. Gulbis with the 14. Stjele led the way, 16 points for Ventspils. Did they ride their luck? Well, I think you have to applaud Ventspils. They really battled. And Chalon battled as well. My only way of thinking would be maybe they need to attack the basket more. And maybe feed it into that low post a little bit more with the likes of Farr. But anyway, it's easy to be an armchair critic. Here's Gulbis celebrating. Hey, little man, liking that one. Liking seeing the performance from Pops and Ventspils, getting the big win at home. So they improved to 2-1, and Chalon fall to 1-2. And difficult times for Chalon, who are 0-6 in the French domestic league, league rather, and now 1-2. Well, Pierre-Antoine Gillet did his job from an offensive standpoint, and certainly made some plays defensively as well, but Zakis came in and had some big plays. As we look at the highlights, that was one of them. And that shot. Okay, so that one did not belong to Harris, in fact. Gillet drilling that one. He drilled a lot of them. He finished, as you could see on those end of game stats, with the 17 points, 3 of 5 from deep, 5 rebounds, but he had 4 turnovers. Chele with the 16 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, flirting with a triple-double. Almost. Armands, if you would just, or excuse me, Igers, if you could have just gotten a couple more assists and that one more rebound, you would have been triple-double, the first triple-double of the season. Nevertheless, the most important thing for Ventspils is they won the game. And for Scale, 78-77 over Chalon. Thanks for watching, everybody.